So different types of interfacing you can do with microprocessor and microcontroller. Okay, so many things we have to understand. So can anybody name some interfacing, modules? What you will interface to microcontroller or microprocessor? Can you put it in the chat box? So what are the different interfacing you will be doing with a microcontroller or microprocessor? So put it in the chat box. Interfacing. Externally, what are the things you will connect? Yeah, LCD display already told na LCD display. Okay, so LCD display is very essential component because whenever you build any module or product, okay, so those modules normally the customer don't want everything should work in backend. So he want something to be displayed on the front end. So this LCD screen will act like a front end. Okay. So if you see this LCD screen, okay, so you have 2 cross 13. Okay, 2 lines, 13 character, 4 lines. Okay, 30 character like that. So different specifications. LCD screen is there. 1 line LCD screen, 2-line LCD screen, 4-line LCD screen. So different types of LCD displays are there you can use, and you can display some content in that particular LCD screen just to convey some parameters, okay, to the user, okay, or the attender. Yeah. So the second one is Ashwin is saying sensors. Okay. So sensor. Okay, so sensor basically in physical quantity is there. So using sensor. So if the sensor is giving digital output, yeah, definitely you can connect to microcontroller or microprocessor. If otherwise, yes, okay. If otherwise, Aniket is saying ADC. Okay, analog to digital converter, you can interface, you can connect. Okay, so and then sensor input you can give it to ADC, ADC will convert. Okay, so this is also one kind of interfacing. Any other interfacing? So just think of the advanced products, something like that in a market. Okay, so say for example, if you want to build some modules, okay, so what are the things customer will expect? In that regard, just think of some interfacings. Yeah, can you put it in the chat box? Some interfacing, only this much, 3. Say if tomorrow, yeah, touch screen are very good. Okay, so touch screen nowadays okay, touch screen are interactive input, very good. Okay, touch screen are input from the touch screen itself. Okay, from the screen itself. Okay, so this is very important because this LCD is kind of outdated, correct? LCD is kind of outdated. Nowadays everybody prefer touch screen, correct? So tomorrow you may be deployed in some project where you may be preparing some HMIs or some IDs. So what is that? Customer want to do some settings on the product. Okay, maybe it may be security system. Okay, it may be maybe some relay module in power system. Okay, something will be there. So you may have to set the current value in the touchscreen itself. Okay, so if those things basically it's people are preferring. So touchscreen interfacing, we have to work so that you whatever module you develop, maybe you may be developing some SOC measuring device. Okay, touchscreen you just provide, and so energy meter you are making. So normally when you see the energy meter, a lot of buttons will be there to traverse, to see voltages at one screen and then press and once again. then go to current values, then again press. I mean, there should be some option to, traverse from one space to other space. So touchscreen is a very good, module, which is normally interfaced with the microcontroller or microprocessor. Yeah, touch sensitive LCD. Yes. So DAC. Okay. So DAC, you know, digital to analog converter. Normally, this will be useful whenever you want to control the physical systems. When you want to generate some variable control signal. Okay, so variable analog signal. Then definitely you have to go for this. What is that? DAC. Okay, so digital to analog converter. Yeah, so this is normally uh, widely used because all the physical system required analog signal, variable analog signal to be given to that particular system. It can be what is that? It can be speed control. It can be so any other kind of control. So DAC is required. Yeah. Any other interfacing? I mean, many other you are missing. Okay, so think of in different domains, say electronics. Okay, communications. Think of all these uh, areas you think, and just put it in the chat box. That's all. Normally, say for example, when you take any Raspberry Pi, just imagine Raspberry Pi in ARM microcontroller. Around that ARM microcontroller, what are the things interfaced? Okay, so what are the things interfaced? So you have a PC, computer, laptop. What are the things which is interfaced around that? Yeah, a signal generator. Okay, so basically, when your target is some digital signal processing. Okay, so yeah, this is very good concept, Ashwin. Okay, so kind of signal generator. So when you want some kind of signal generation. Okay, so normally what they'll do, they'll use something called DSP processors. Okay, or DSP coprocessor. Okay, coprocessor. Okay, so what they will do with this interfacing, say for example, this coprocessor, they will interface with the actual microprocessor. Okay, so then what coprocessor will do? If any task comes specific to that particular chip, then the task will be taken. That coprocessor will take that particular task. You understood, right? So normally, what happens? All the tasks will run in the microcontroller or microprocessor. If the microcontroller or microprocessor do not have any capability to solve that particular task easily, then what it does, so normally the coprocessor will be interfaced to the microcontroller or microprocessor, and if any coprocessor specific task comes, then immediately the task will be given to coprocessor. Okay, so example is, as Ashwin saying, signal generator may be, maybe you may have to generate different kind of signals and manipulated signals. So in that sense, DSP processor you can interface, so that whenever that signal processing operation comes, immediately the task will be given to coprocessor, and main microprocessor will become free. Okay, so in that way the coprocessor will work. Okay, so DSP processor, yeah, you can consider, so that will that you can interface. Yeah, any other thing? Any other thing? I mean, you are missing lot of I mean, you can keep on mentioning some modules. I mean, say for example, tomorrow you are assigned to develop some modules, then normally what are the things you will interface? Yeah, all of you should respond. I want one, interfacing. See, if you list the interfacings, like this, you will get hundreds of, components that can be interfaced with the microcontroller or microprocessor. So you can name anything. Yeah, no, Ashwin. So all modules will not come under sensor because the nature of the work or the task done by that particular module is different. So it is basically, sensor is basically transducer. It's just convert a physical quantity to unlock. Whereas, you see the touch screen is completely different. It's output device. I mean, the input device also. Okay. Unlock, its functionality is different. So functionality is, completely different in each of this, module. So it is not merely comes under the sensor only. Sensor can be one component. Okay. So it is, I mean, we cannot call coprocessor as a sensor, right? Correct. So in that sense, so we cannot call touchscreen as a sensor, you know. In that way, we cannot call, it won't, because, so sensor is some simple component. Yeah, got it. Any other interfacing? See, you have to tell, others, please respond. Others, please respond. What kind of interfacing you'll be doing? I told you, think of some communication system, think of some electronic system, think of, uh, different kind of, systems. And yeah, so mic, okay. So mic can also be, input device. Yeah, very good. Aniket, yeah, good. Okay, so see, keyboard you missed, right? Okay, keypad or keyboard. Huh? Keyboard is also one popular module which is normally interfaced with the microprocessor, correct? Directly you can interface. Okay, so that option is also there. Motor motor, normally, yeah, what you can do, the if it is kind of stepper motor or something like that, okay, so which uses external power supply, and basically the control signal you can pass uh, from the microcontroller. But yeah, but anyway, so that uh, any other interfacing? Memory, very good, very good. Okay, so memory. Okay, so memory is one important component which will be interfaced with microcontroller or microprocessor. You understood memory. So at least you should realize that microprocessor and microcontroller as a least RAM, correct? Least RAM, very less RAM. Okay, so in inbuilt RAM is very less. Okay, so we know that inbuilt RAM is 128 bytes in 8051. Okay, so it will be in bytes and kilobytes. So now the thing is, if you're building any product, you have to interface external memory. Otherwise, what happens? Your program, you are writing bigger program. You have to write that program, and you may have to, that program may take dynamically use data. So in that sense, memory interfacing is very key. Okay, so I mean, you see some modules are there, say maybe Raspberry Pi. Why memory card we have to put there? Okay, so memory card is we have to put to load the operating system to keep our data. So for all these things, we'll use memory card in Raspberry Pi. Okay, so memory interfacing is very key. Okay, in all the aspects. Got it? So every time you have to you have to target to interface memory. Otherwise, what happens? Your product will be limited one. Okay, so if I build energy meter, then a lot of limitations will come. Okay, I can only read instantaneous values. I can only work on RMS value. Okay, so that is the limitation. So I cannot work on the instantaneous value because I can't capture 100 values. Okay, that is not possible. So that kind of limitations will come when you if you do not interface any memory. Okay, memory to the microcontroller or microprocessor. Okay, so normally just think of interfacing memory. Okay, it can be code memory, it can be data memory. Okay, so you should know this. It is also some ICs you bring, and you'll be connecting to the microprocessor or microcontroller. Any other interfacing device? Please, others, everybody should respond. Okay, most of the answers are given by Ashwin, Aniket, okay, Mohammed, Rupam, Saik also gave, Namita also gave. Others, please respond at least one interfacing module. Yeah, Shoaib, USB, very good. Okay, USB GPIO, very good. Okay, so USB and GPIO. Okay, so that is what Shoaib is saying. GPIO is basically parallel input output port. Parallel, physically you can take the, inputs. Okay, so what is this? This GPIO is parallel input, port, and USB is a serial input. Serial input and parallel input. So this is very trivial. USB serial input and parallel input. I mean, when you're building any product, don't worry about this parallel input GPIO. Okay, always no, try to learn this serial input. Okay, most of the external devices, okay, so to which you have to talk, so normally works on serial input, most of the things. So we have to learn know how this serial input output works. Okay, so serial input output is very trivial, and different types of protocols are there. Okay, so the serial input you have to learn. Okay, so that means what? If I bring a microcontroller, how can I give serial input to that? You understood? Serial input. So parallel input is very easy to understand. So 8 bits are there. 8 bits directly connect to that particular line, and it is coming and it is sitting in the one register. Okay, P0, P1, P2, P3 like that, and it is coming and it is sitting in that latch, and you take it that particular data for your operation. That is very simple to understand. But serial input, you have to understand the protocol. Okay, what kind of protocol you are using, and you have to extract that particular data, and you have to perform the operation. So in that sense, USB or serial communication is very popular and used, and that you have to understand. Say for example, tomorrow you made a product. Okay, maybe energy meter. So now you are providing some USB interface, serial interface. So okay, so you can connect that serial USB. You can connect to computer. See, I want to. I have energy meter. I can connect to laptop. So if you want this kind of functions in your product, then USB serial input output is must. So that is also you have to understand. See, normally you see whatever product comes, when you want to sell, okay, when you want to sell your microcontroller based product, first thing what customer will ask, is there any USB interfacing is available in that particular product? Okay, whatever you build, whether it is energy meter, okay, it can be any kind of thing. So maybe you see you have a in vehicle dashboard is there. So what people will ask, can I interface my USB and play my song? Can I interface my mobile phone to that console? This kind of question will come. So what happens in the back end, they will interface this USB serial input to that particular module. Okay, so very good point, Shoaib. Okay, Saik is selling the drawing pad. Nowadays you can see pixel based input. Okay, so people are providing. Okay, so drawing pad. Okay, so now I am writing using this particular pen, right? So I'm using my screen as a drawing pad. Okay, and I'm writing. Okay, similarly, you have a lot of products in market. You see, when pandemic happened, when COVID-19 came, everything we shifted to online. We are unable to get the writing pad in online. So we are searching for some cheap writing pad, drawing pad. So now, when we are searching, everything was sold out. Now the thing is, it's very good, avenue and opportunity for many people to build a product. Now, when you are trying to build that particular product, lot of things. So you need to have a drawing pad, and there should be, interface to computer. You see, that should be that drawing pad should talk to computer. Okay, so that drawing pad should talk to mobile. So there should be some USB connection. So some display should be there. Okay, so all these things comes into picture whenever you are building any microprocessor based product. Okay, so yeah, Ryan is telling speaker. Yeah, speaker, camera. Okay, so that is also one of the popular modules. Okay, so camera, it become versatile now. That means everybody want a camera in many of the module, security system, or any many things. Okay, so they want even we built one energy meter in our lab. So our HOD told put one camera and just see whether depending upon the person availability in the lab. Okay, so can we operate that particular energy meter? So in that sense, what he want camera to be interfaced to that particular microcontroller or microprocessor. Speaker, again, speaker is also one very good popular output device. Okay, so output device, mic, and speaker, basically audio input output devices. Yeah. Okay, so now it came, you see. Okay, Ryan is telling one important interface, internet. Okay, now you came to something called communication. Okay, communication, internet. You see, this is internet is required for. I mean, people are expecting their module to be connected to internet. Okay, so when they if they able to connect their module to internet, lot of advantages are there. Okay, you can create lot of functions, like you can talk to that particular device from anywhere. Okay, and you can monitor that particular device from anywhere. So that particular options you will get when you interface the internet. So internet interfacing is again required. So in this regard, any one example, what kind of module you will be interfacing with the microcontroller to provide internet facility or feature? Yeah, Wi-Fi. Okay, so Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is one example where you can provide internet to the microcontroller. Okay, so basically Wi-Fi is also, you should know that serial. Okay, so the serial data transfer will happen. Very good. Okay, GSM module. Okay, so GSM module. Okay, Wi-Fi, GSM module. Using these two modules, you can provide internet to the microcontroller. Okay, you understood? So already procedures are there how to connect this Wi-Fi and GSM module to microcontroller. All these things are available. So you are providing internet to the microcontroller. Okay, so GSM module, you need SIM card. So it talks to the that mobile service provider, and whatever their commitment, your purchases, depending upon that, the data transfer will happen. Okay, so GSM module. Okay, so example, SIM 900, SIM 800, some modules are there. You can interface. Similarly, Wi-Fi modules, you have 826 is something like that, ESP, and you can interface. Okay, so you can interface this kind of module to provide internet to the microcontroller. Okay, so this is also very important thing. Why? Because normally nowadays people want this, like USB. They want USB interfacing. They want some touchscreen of a feature. They want, and they will say, I want to connect to my Wi-Fi. Okay, my GSM is costly. You need to put SIM card and lot of logistics are there. But anyway, Wi-Fi is a bit cheap. That protocol is very cheap, and that no, they want to configure their device to Wi-Fi. So in that sense, Wi-Fi is a bit popular. Okay. So compared to GSM module, so you have 4G module also, 3G, 4G module. Okay. Okay. So which you can use to provide the internet to the module. Correct? Yes. Very good. Ryan and Namita. So this is very good. You see, these are all advanced interfacing, but when you are working on a product, it's very simple. It's very simple. You just have to deploy some piece of code to talk to that particular data which is coming in a microcontroller, and there will be, you just have to see how many serial pins are available in that particular microcontroller microprocessor. You will be connecting this Wi-Fi module or GSM module or 4G 3G module to that particular port, and you will be using that particular internet will be connected to your microcontroller. Okay. So any other module? Any other module? So please mention some modules, because when you understand this interfacing, you can understand the product. Okay. So when you are building a product, you should know. I mean, you may be knowing all these things. Okay, but still, I just want to consolidate from your end. Any other communication modules? Any other communication modules? Very popular communication modules. Any other communication module? How can I establish some kind of ad hoc network? Anybody knows any other communication module? Radar? Yeah, radar. Okay, LiDAR. So you can interface light. You can use light source to transfer and receive data. Yes, radio signal or any other communication. LiDAR is getting popular, and even LiDAR you can use it to in home automation, maybe sonar. Any other communication module? So I'll just say, communication module means you just think of your mobile phone. Okay, so you have a Wi-Fi, you have a Bluetooth, correct? You have a Bluetooth. Bluetooth is also communication module. Wi-Fi you have, that is also, yeah, antenna. Okay, yeah, antenna. See, these are all very important aspects. See, for example, I want to make a product. Then what happens, if you purchase any, this still, that problem is there, in all the module. What is that problem? I brought some module, from, market. That is not, the signal strength is very less. Okay, then what you can do, you can go to that anechoic chamber lab, what we have now. You can build whatever power antenna you required. I know you just make it some high power, you know, some kind of antenna. Okay, then omnidirectional, directional, whatever kind of antenna, and you put it in your module. Then what happens? See, if I bring the Wi-Fi module from the market, that antenna strength will decrease in maybe 3-4 meter. But when you make your own antenna, you can increase that strength. You understood, na? So when you are building any product, antenna, you have to make your own antenna. You have to interface to your communication module. Okay, then it will become more robust, and that range you can increase. So yeah, just think of that antenna also. Okay, so in between antenna, one communication module will come. Okay, so Bluetooth, and you may be knowing Zigbee. Okay, you may be knowing LoRa. These are all very popular. Zigbee Zigbee and LoRa. Okay, people are started adopting this particular communication module like anything. Okay, so now LoRa, you just think it is basically there is no service providers. Okay, so you just connect that one. It gives in kilometer range. You can transfer signals. Zigbees, you can at least you can transfer 500 meters, 1 kilometer, and all. Okay, so these facilities are there. Ashwin. Okay, so how Ashwin is asking, how can I improve the range in anechoic chamber? Uh, Particular antenna. That is the facility what we have. Now, a lot of softwares are there to design an antenna, array type, or what kind of antenna you want. So you will be designing that particular antenna. So what I was telling, how to design, use this anechoic chamber. Okay, how to use this anechoic chamber to design the antenna. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yeah. So you can go to you can use some softwares and you can design antenna. Okay. So when you're designing antenna, it's basically microwave. So there, depending upon the power and frequency, okay, depending upon the power and frequency, you will design the antenna. Now, frequency, you just see what frequency 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz antenna you want, or any other frequency is also fine. You want to use some other frequency band which is open, you can design that particular antenna. Power, you see, power is fixed in many of the antennas. So you can have your own power and you can design your antenna. Then after that, that antenna, you can interface to your product so that what happens depending up when you increase the power, range increases. Okay, so in that sense, whatever product you make, you install your antenna. Then what happens? The range increases. The power you are increasing in your design, so that range also automatically increases. So that is how you can utilize this anechoic chamber. So design antenna. I mean, I don't know. Just visit an anechoic chamber and just try to connect to that particular facility, and you don't know. Lot of opportunities will be there in future. I told you now every module required antenna. Okay, and many modules required antenna. Okay, so in especially in electrical. Okay, so we have to design our own antenna depending upon the application, whether substation automation, whether the power plant automation, whether home automation. So we required specific power, specific frequency, antenna. So in that sense, you can utilize. So that is what I am trying to convey. Got some idea, Ashwin? Okay, you asked that question. Yeah, yeah. So just work with Shashikumar sir from the electronics department. You can understand a lot of things because we invested a lot of money there. Maybe it's say for example, tomorrow electric vehicle comes. Go to and see what kind of antenna you can design and you can put it in electric vehicle, and that will become that will fetch you a good money. You understood? So you have to work in that direction. Okay. So any other modules what you can interface? Communication modules done, input output devices done. Okay. Coprocessor done. Okay, like coprocessor, you have math processor. Okay. So different types of coprocessors are there. Okay, so you can interface different types of coprocessor. And last, I'll just try to convey one thing. Okay, so there is something called, see, all these things are input-output devices. Okay, so one interfacing, there are different interfacing modules are there. That is basically peripherals. Peripheral, devices. Okay, peripheral devices means, you that is basically act like drivers. Okay, so it will come in between, say, sensor to your microcontroller. Your input output devices and microcontroller in between some peripheral devices will come. So that will basically, if you know, if the interfacing device is not compatible to your microprocessor and microcontroller, some generic generic peripheral devices are there. Okay, say I am unable to connect the sensor input to microcontroller. In that sense, what happens, you may have to go for some peripheral devices. You need to interface to microcontroller. So for the peripheral devices, you have to give the input. So that is how most of the things works. So normally direct interfacing is less. If you're building some specific product, then fine. When you're building a generic module, so people will always use some peripheral devices. When you're interfacing memory, some peripheral device they will use. When they're interfacing USB, they'll use some peripheral devices. So for every modules, they'll use some peripheral devices. They will connect this one to microcontroller. So this is basically intermediate hardware which comes in between the microprocessor, microcontroller, and other devices. So this one word you should know, peripheral devices, okay, which is generic in nature. Okay, so maybe for how it works, for memory interfacing, some peripheral devices will be there. For input-output operations, some peripheral devices will be there. So like this, a lot of generic peripheral devices are there. You can use that and you can achieve your work. So this normally this will be this is a major topic in microcontroller and microprocessor. So study of the different peripheral devices itself is a big field. You understood? So every a lot of generic peripheral devices are there. So those people will study in detail. Okay. So that is one thing what you should know. And the second one is what you should know, some devices like decoder and encoders. Okay, so these are all some devices which is normally used in the microcontroller when you have many inputs. So if you want to make some selectivity, okay, so if you want to make some selectivity among the input, or in those cases, what you will do, you will be using some decoders and encoders. Okay, so then what happens, you can create multiple channels, and you can work like that. So depending upon the decoder, okay, some selectivity you can make, and in that way you can make different same port, you can use it as a multiple channel. Okay, so all those things are possible using decoder. These are all popular devices what you will be interfacing to microcontroller. Decoder, encoder. When you are interfacing memory, you require decoder. When you are having multiple input output devices, when you want to make a selectivity, you want decoders. So many applications you require this particular decoders and encoders. You got the point? Decoders, encoders, and peripheral devices. Yeah. So any other modules? Please, others. Just please mention any one point, one or two peripheral which I missed. If I missed any, I mean, I told you, hundreds of interfacing devices are there. Okay, so we can keep on listing. Okay, so communication modules are covered, memory is covered, IOs are covered, and then okay. So any other things missed? Any important module? Keyboard we discussed, display we discussed, camera, mic, everything is discussed. Yeah, mostly. Okay. Uh, so just explore this. Okay, interfacing devices to microcontroller. But among this, okay, select some good interfacing things and learn that. Okay, basically I told you serial input output, touch screen. Okay, so touch screen like Wi-Fi, Zigbee, and 4G 3G module, okay, camera and memory, okay, coprocessor. So these are all very important, interfacing devices. You using this, you can really make a good product. Okay. So no, so we are learning some LCD screen just to understand how the interfacing is done. That's all. Okay. So so that's all for the day, and now we'll continue in the next class. So any questions? Shall I quickly take the attendance? So please give your attendance.